Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've got another tool video. As you see, we've got some snap-on 1/4" ratchets here. This is my newest purchase. This is the THLLF72. This is Snap-on's super long 1/4" flex with the soft grip handle. I've had the TLLF72 for quite a while, and as you see it's quite a bit shorter without the soft grip handle on it. Been a great ratchet, have not broke it, have not had to have a rebuild, no issues with it. Same with all my other snap-on ratchets. My old T72 I've probably had for about 11 years now, never rebuilt it. And back here just for another one, this is a THLL72. So what we're going to be doing today with this ratchet, why I have two, I didn't want one just for the comfort grip. If you remember back about I think July, I built and made a video on quote-unquote the ultimate Subaru spark plug ratchet. That was a Matco 1/4" super long flex, locking flex, soft grip that I did a 3/8 drive conversion in. Well, me being former Snap-on dealer and a big Snap-on fan, I couldn't leave well enough alone. I wanted a 3/8 gutted THLLF72. So this is what we're going to do in this video. We're going to convert this 1/4" drive to a 3/8" drive so we can use this tiny little compact head for getting in there, like I said, primarily for Subaru spark plugs, but there will be a lot of other applications we'll use this. So as far as I've seen in my research, no one has correctly converted one of these ratchets yet. And what I mean by correctly converted it is you can get the T-Series line. When I talk about T-Series in Snap-on, that is the 72 tooth dual pawl mechanism ratchet. So the primary is the T72, then we have the TL72, the TF72, F being flex, L's are long, LL is extra long, H denotes a handle. You know, just a breakdown really quickly of the parts numbers and what they represent. So there's already a super compact 3/8 drive 1/4" ratchet from Snap-on. It's called the FC72, and then they have the FCF72. The FC72 is essentially a T72 with a 3/8 drive in it. F in Snap-on part numbers denotes 3/8 drive and stands for ferret. If I recall correctly from Snap-on training years ago, I think the T for 1/4" drive stands for tiny. Don't ask me. I can't recall all the history of it, but I do remember distinctly that F and 3/8 meant ferret. So the part number would be FC72, ferret, compact 72 tooth mechanism would be the breakdown of the part number, and then the FCF72 would be ferret, compact, flex head 72 tooth dual pawl mechanism. So a popular conversion, a quick and easy conversion I've seen a lot of people do to make this particular ratchet, the super long handle 1/4", a 3/8" drive, is to get an FCF72 head and swap it at the joint because they have the exact same sized head and interchange. That will get you a 3/8 quickly and easily, but that's not the proper way to do it. And what I mean by that, again, we'll get into a little bit more on the actual layout and function of these ratchets. So really quickly, again, as I said, this is a T72 standard 1/4" body. Real quick note, check the faceplate, look at where our fasteners come through. These are T8 Torx. They come through the faceplate and secure threaded into the head of the ratchet. And as you can see right here, if it'll focus, there is a recessed portion around where the screw heads are to try to not let them sit up so proudly above the surface. So they take a little bit of the faceplate material out to inset those screw heads. That creates a weak point for the faceplate. Another quick little Snap-on trivia history. When they released the 1/2" drive ratchets with the dual 80 mechanism, they had this exact same setup. Screws going through the faceplate and securing threading into the housing. They found out that that was causing issues because, like I said, that compromises the strength of the faceplate, and they were having failures. The screws were breaking. They weren't large enough to hold the torque of the ratchet and secure the faceplate, as well as the faceplates were breaking out around where the screws went through. So Snap-on redesigned the half-inch drive to remedy this issue, and they went from the S80, which was the original standard handle half-inch drive dual 80 ratchet, to the S80A, A denoting that it was a improved model. And what they did on that was, instead of running the screws through the faceplate with the chamfer, or not chamfer, the countersink here to recess those screws and make that faceplate thinner, they decided to use a full thickness faceplate, and instead they countersunk the screws through the body and had them screw into a full thickness faceplate. That corrected all the issues. The screws that went through the back were much larger, much beefier, and they had a solid faceplate without this chunk missing to countersink in those screws. So Snap, why am I telling you about the half-inch drive? So that has something to do with the 1/4 inch. Stick with me for just a little bit longer. Okay, so if we look at our traditional 1/4 inch Snap-ons, they're both built in that same way. All of them, in fact, are, as well as the FC72 and FCF72, the 3/8 drive. They have this exact same layout, screws through the faceplate, securing into the ratchet body. Well, when they designed the TLLF72 and the THLLF72, they recognized that this head is going to be rated for a lot more torque because there's a lot more leverage on it. So they went the route of the S80A half-inch drive. As you see, full thickness faceplate with threads. Screws are countersunk into the face of the ratchet going into the faceplate. So that made that a much stronger faceplate design than the old 1/4 inch faceplate design where the screws went in from the opposite direction. And again, we're getting to the point. Hang on. So when you swap in an FCF72 head onto this extra long 1/4 inch handle, you're essentially putting this faceplate that's already been bore out to accept a 3/8 inch drive rather than this 1/4 inch drive. So it's multiple failure points and a weak head to put with that much leverage on that sized handle. So the proper way to convert these to a 3/8 inch drive would be to custom machine the faceplate to accept the 3/8 inch drive while retaining full thickness and while accommodating the screws that go through the face, through the body and into the faceplate. So that's what we're going to do today. Instead of buying an FCF72 head, instead of buying a FCF72 faceplate and an RKRF C72 ratchet repair kit, this is the kit you need if you want to do a 3/8 conversion on a T72 and make it an FC72, or a any other T-series ratchet essentially that have the screws going through the faceplate. You can use this kit and a FC72 faceplate, which I did not buy because it won't help me in this, to convert the ratchet completely to a 3/8 drive mechanism rather than a 1/4 inch. So, first things first, we need to remove these two screws from our THLLF72, remove the faceplate, and drill out the hole bigger. That's not our only issue. The hole needing to be big enough to accommodate the 3/8 inch drive is part of the issue. But we'll show you when I get this off what the second issue is with this. It really helps if you've got a friend that's a machinist and has a lathe, or not a lathe, but an end mill or a Bridgeport milling machine, you know, something like that where they can do some milling or CNC, some kind of higher end metal fabrication, cutting instrumentation would be helpful in this conversion. So we're going to go ahead and take the faceplate off, and I'll show you what I was referring to. So if everything goes springing away, it's not a big concern because we're not using anything over except for the faceplate and the two screws. Everything else in here is going to get swapped for everything in our FCF RKR FC72 repair kit. So we'll drop out our spring, our selector switch, our drive, our pawls, and the switch carrier. And we're left with an empty housing. We'll set the empty housing aside for now, set the empty emptied out guts aside. Keep them on hand. If you've got other 1/4" drive ratchets, then you have an extra ratchet repair kit if you have an issue. So let me clean up the faceplate real quick to show you the other issue we come into other than just boring out the faceplate to accept a 3/8" drive. All right, let me see if I can get the light to hit right. Okay, you can see here the hole, but you can also see that there is a machined lip. That lip is to accept this O-ring seal right here. These are not complete, fully sealed ratchets, but they do seal the drive and they do seal the selector switch. So not only do you have to worry about drilling a hole big enough to accept the 3/8" drive through the faceplate, you have to get someone to machine this ledge here to accept the O-ring to seal the drive to the faceplate. So again, it's not something you can really do with just drill bits. You really need someone that has some machining background and has the equipment where they can machine that little ledge onto the faceplate. All right, guys, so our faceplate is now machined to fit the 3/8" drive. That's the trickiest part of this conversion, is getting this face machined. Now that's done, we can assemble the ratchet as normal. So I already busted open my kit. First thing you want to do is drop your selector switch into the back side of the ratchet body, or the head. Next, I'm not sure what this is even called, but that drops right in place, like so. Next, we'll take this little apparatus, squeeze it, and our pawls will drop out of it, like so. This is a little bit tricky to show, but the pawls on the bottom have those little tiny teeth, if you can make that out. It's not focusing. I really should have got the macro lens out for this, but it is what it is. So hook one of the pawls in and then squish the other one down. I just squish it down and hold it with my thumb. You're not going to be able to see that. Sorry, guys. Then you take the pawl and turn it in and push it in the opposite direction of the holding of the pawls. And it'll pop into place just like so. So now you've got your 3/8" drive, you've got your pawls, the selector holder, and switch back and forth, make sure the pawls are moving. Careful when you do that, they'll pop out. 1/4" ratchets are not very fun to rebuild, or to build for that matter. Alright, so got them in place. Next we'll take our tiny little spring here with the detent on it, stick it in the lower hole, like so. Now we're basically at home stretch. We'll take our O-ring, set it over the drive end, take our faceplate, and get ready to put it on. First, we'll use the supplied little packet of Super Lube lubricant. We'll squirt some of that in there, put our faceplate on, and tighten our screws, and we are done. A little bit of super lube in there, throw the faceplate down. You need to put some pressure on it to hold that spring in, and run your screws in the back. Alright guys, and we're all set. Now all you gotta do is check the operation of the ratchet. And we are good. Our 3/8" drive conversion in a THLLF72 or a TLLF72 is complete and done the proper way. Our faceplate will have full strength, and we will have the beefier built head to accommodate the 3/8" drive with the extra length handle. All right, guys and gals, that'll do it for this project. We've got our first correctly 3/8" swapped THLLF72 snap-on ratchet, fully functional, no issues whatsoever. Retained the correct head for this ratchet, correct fasteners for this ratchet, and the correct faceplate. It's working smooth as butter, no binding, no issues. Ready to put this little booger to work. Real quick, we're going to take a look at it compared to the Matco I already built that I talked about earlier in the video. Just a little comparison. As you know, the Matco head looks slimmer, but in all actuality, it's just an illusion because they're the exact same height once you put a socket on. Matco shaves down the body and makes their drive thinner, so it doesn't have as much surface area or contact or strength as Snap-on or other ratchets. One little deceptive practice with Matco and their ratchets, saying they've got the slimmest heads, but it's at the cost of some strength, as well as you're not picking up any clearance with the socket attached. If you use a Snap-on socket on a Matco ratchet, you pick up some clearance, but if you're using Matco sockets on Matco ratchets, the Snap-on with Snap-on sockets is actually a little more compact height-wise. So don't let the old Matco man sell you on, well, Matco ratchets are thinner and more compact than Snap-on ratchets, because it's not true. So overall length on these, the Matco does have the Snap-on by about 1.5 to 2 inches. Will that difference in length mean anything in real world application once you start working them? Only time will tell in using them. So far the Matco's only seen one cross-track spark plug replacement, and that's it. And the Snap-on was just bought last week and just retrofitted just now, so no work on it yet. But we'll be using it, putting it into the rotation, and see how this conversion holds up. I would assume it would hold up much better than the people that are putting FCF72 heads in this handle. So that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.